Well, good morning. Sorry. Welcome back to the channel. It's a lovely morning here in Cambridge. And today we're going to be upgrading the fence-mounted solar panels. Now, for those that are new to the channel, you might not know how this system works. Now, we already have solar panels on our roof, but these 4 panels behind me here, these are great for catching morning sun. And then those 2 on this side of the garden catch the evening sun. So as we go into the summer, these can provide all of the base load for the house, and that means all of the panels up on the roof, they're there ready to export power and earn me some money. But I've been thinking, that's never a good idea. I want to upgrade the capacity of this system and try and make it look a little bit nicer. So here's my thinking. Right now, we have 4 440 watt panels. The problem with these panels is they only get sun, well, full sun, for about an hour a day. What if we could spread that across more panels? Now, if I turn around a little bit, you'll see here we have plants that grow up quite high on the fence here. So we can't put one of these big panels here because it would mostly be shaded by the plants. But I could get some smaller panels into the top sections of the fence over there. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So what I have is 2 of these. These are flexible, lightweight solar panels. They're only 100 watts, but my thinking is, if I spread 400 watts worth of panels across the fence, as the sun tracks, we might get a better return than just having one big panel. So today we're going to fit 2 of them, so 200 watts, but I'm not quite ready to take away my 400 watt panels yet. So I need a way of connecting in another 200 watts into the existing system. And that's where the challenges begin, because our stream system has 4 MPPTs, and that currently has 4 440 watt panels connected to it. And my power stream system, which lives in the garage behind me, has 2 MPPTs, which has the other 2 400 watt panels connected into them. And because of panel voltages and current limits, I can't double up. I can't put any of the panels into parallel and connect them. So I need another MPPT, and I don't have one. However, I suddenly remembered that on the back of my Delta Pro, there is an input. Now it's an XT60i, that's the EcoFlow connector, but I can wire 2 of these panels in parallel and then run them into the back of the Delta Pro and use them to charge the battery. So that's the job for today, is to run all the new wiring, and if the weather holds, get the 2 panels mounted up on the fence. Now we'll rough all the cables in, we'll make it look pretty later. I know I said that at the end of last year, but as you can see, I never got round to actually tidying all the cables up. That's something I'm going to do over the next couple of weeks. So let's get on with it. Let's get the wiring all run, and hopefully, if the weather holds, get the panels on the fence. Okay, so the first job, and the bit I hate whenever I do these cable runs, is to just try and make the cables a little easier to pull once I get them up into the top of the garage. So I will start taping these together, just with a bit of electrician's tape, just to make them easier to pull both cables at the same time. I'm sure there are cables you can buy where this is all done, but this is the cheapest way I've found to do this. Buying separate cables saves quite a lot of money over pre-made cable. Now, if anybody knows a pre-made cable at a reasonable price that has both the conductors in it, please do let me know, because I seem to do this way more than anyone should. And if I was a professional, I'd have one of those cable dollies that makes life easier, but not a professional at anything. So for those that are wondering about the cables, these are 4mm cores, more than adequate for a couple of 100-watt panels, and easily available. I think I got these ones off of Amazon. I'll put links in the description below if anybody's looking for them. Cable today, not cheap. I think these were about £1 a meter, somewhere in that kind of region, depending on how much. Hello, Yogi. Oh, there we go. I knew this was going to be a bad idea. Okay, I don't know how this happens, but with cable reels, any opportunity for them to wrap themselves around themselves, I'm going to have to pull this whole reel out to get it untangled. There we go. Right, now at least we're untangled. Whoever comes up with the ability to have cables that don't tangle themselves is going to be a billionaire, because you only have to leave cables lying on the ground and within 5 minutes they'll wrap themselves around each other when you're not looking. Okay, we're done. Next job, let's lay the cable out, get it run up and into the eaves of the garage and get it all into place, and then we'll start thinking about getting it hooked up, getting the MC4s connected, and then we'll get the panels mounted on the fence. Okay, so we've got the cable through, but my conduit is completely full. So probably going to run the cable along the surface with some stick-on pads for now until I can get a larger conduit installed. So now we've got everything ready inside the garage, we've got to get the cables all the way around to where the solar panels are going to be installed. So I need to make a little bit of space here just to be able to work, and I'm going to hide all of this cabling behind these existing panels. Now, you don't want to watch me spend the next 45 minutes effing and blinding, so I'm going to put you on a time lapse. We're going to get this done. So my thinking here is that one of the solar panels will go here, the other one will go here. So what I'm going to need to do is have both of the sets of cables from the panels come into the middle. This is where we'll attach our Y connector cables. So I think running the cable to about here will give ourselves a bit of slack. It won't look pretty, but it'll at least allow us to get the cables connected up today. What I'm going to do is lay both of the solar panels out here and just make sure that everything works before I start finalizing all the cables and tidying everything up. We've got our cable coming from the outside. We've got way too much here, so we'll trim that back in a second. But what we need to do is fit some MC4s onto the end of this cable, because the cable from EcoFlow has MC4s already installed. You can obviously make these cables yourself, but with EcoFlow power stations, it's important that you get an XT60i. Now you can tell the difference. An XT60i has this little brass pin here between the two main cores, so obviously positive and negative. And this is just wired to either the left or the right conductor. And that tells the system whether this is a high power system, like a solar panel, or if it's a low power system, like a 12-volt car adapter. So it's important to get the right cable and wire this the right way around. But if you get it the wrong way around, it means you will limit the amount of power that you can bring in from your solar panels into your power station. Now this cable's about 2 meters long, so I really don't need a lot here. So what we'll do here is we'll give ourselves a little bit of slack and we'll just trim back the cable. Now, I've done plenty of videos on this before on installing MC4 connectors, so I'm not going to run through it right now, but we get our bag of connectors, we get a positive and a negative, and then we get our conductors, and again, making sure we get a pair, positive and negative. And there we have a set of crimped cables. Well, some people like to go out for Sunday lunch. Personally, I spend my Sunday lunch sitting in the garden, crimping MC4 connectors onto cables. I have to be very careful to pick up the ends of these because for some reason my Bernese Mountain Dog loves to chew on the ends of cables, or the bits of plastic that come off the ends of cables. So on the other end, our red cable had the male connector, so this time we want the female connector. So again, just making sure we've got no stray strands. Okay, nicely done. Take our MC4 connector, push it in, pull it back, doesn't come out, do up the waterproof cap, and we're good to go. So there we go. There's our two cables coming from the garage, ready for the two panels that we're about to connect. So these Y cables, again, available on Amazon, don't have to spend an awful lot of money on them. Just make sure that you're getting a decent quality brand. When you get them, I would always check the MC4 connectors to make sure that they're all done up tight. But other than that, I've used multiple different brands, mostly cheap ones from China, £6–7 a pair, shouldn't run into any problems. Okay, let's get the solar panels connected and we'll go plug in the system into the Delta Pro. So what you will find with your Y connectors is when you plug in one, you'll have two females, and one you'll have two males. It is impossible to get this wrong. So you take one panel, male to female, you take the other panel, find the male to female, and then the other way around, we get our female connector, female to male, female to male. So that's our panels connected. Now let's head into the garage and plug in the other end. Okay, this is a little bit difficult to see in here, but here is the end of our cable. Just on the back of the Delta Pro here is our solar input, and if we plug that in there, we should now be live. So if I take a look at the EcoFlow app, let's have a look and see what we're getting. So it looks like we're seeing, I can see we're getting about 71 watts, which isn't bad considering it's a bit of a cloudy day. The panels are just laying flat on the patio, and they are now recharging the batteries of the Delta Pro, which the Delta Pro, as you can see at the bottom of the diagram on the right hand side there, is supplying 380 watts to the power stream inverter, which is going into the house. So we're getting 69, 70 watts right now, which again will just trickle charge these batteries all day. So the system's now working. Now I should say at this point, I'm not an electrician, I'm not an expert on anything, to be totally honest, but it is working. It does do exactly what I wanted it to do. Now, I'm sure there are things that I could do better, could have done wrong, but this is not a how-to channel. This is a what I did channel. So please take it with that. Don't take advice from idiots like me, or in fact, anyone on YouTube. If you've got any concerns about how to do the wiring or anything like that, go talk to a qualified electrician. With that, I'm going to sign off because I did have a plan to mount the panels today, but the Chief Garden Planning Officer has other ideas. So we need to have a little bit of a negotiation before I start drilling holes in the fence. With that, I just want to say thank you for clicking on the video. It means the world to me. If I'm lucky, I'll see you back here real soon for another video. Take care. Bye-bye.